Dirt roads to rock crawling, two-buck chuck to screaming eagle, moonshine to 50-year-old single malt. We talk about it all here on Wheelin' Wine and Whiskey with your hosts, Jason and Chris.
Welcome to Wheeling Wine and Whiskey, episode 165. In studio, R matey. Chris, good evening.
Yes,
how are
sir.
you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing okay. And that's
you're supposed to be out of town.
I was supposed to be out of town, and I'm not. But whatever. Here we are, recording again. 165 episodes later.
Man, every time we sit down to record and we notch the number up one more, it just amazes me that I mean, as I was preparing for the show, I was looking at, as we have 165, this will be our 165th, a legitimate, numbered episode. But there's 10 more episodes that are bonus episodes and stuff like
10.
that.
I was wondering how many extra episodes were out there.
Oh yeah, no. So we have after this show goes or drops on Tuesday,
175.
This will be 176 episodes.
Oh.
Because I think there's actually 11. Right now it's 175.
Your ag math doesn't add up there. 10 plus 65.
Well, it's 11 plus. Anyway.
Chris has been drinking already. What are you drinking? You're drinking a margarita like Jimmy Buffett and shit.
I've been listening to Jimmy Buffett all damn day. Margarita.
Oh, is that what you've been doing? It's been a Jimmy Buffett day at the Maines household?
That's right.
And you worked this morning.
It's been hot, so I felt like a nice, refreshing margarita would fit the bill, and it did.
Yeah, it is.
I did work this morning, and so the reason we're recording via Riverside is
People
because...
don't even know. Why do you even have to say? I said Studio R.
Studio
Now you
R.
let the cat out of the bag.
I know, I'm sorry.
Now we're going to get shit for another third podcast of shitty audio.
No, they won't know. They'll never know. I've been exposed again to COVID, and we're protecting you because you are going to be getting a COVID test this coming week coming up, and you can't.
Tomorrow.
And
We're recording
fail.
Sunday. I get my second ever shove the swab up your nose COVID test since this whole thing started.
Yeehaw.
Once for my surgery for my neck back in February,
right.
And now surgery again because I'm old, and apparently you have like a couple surgeries a year when you're old.
I don't know. I've never had a surgery, so
You haven't?
Other than having a vacuum shoved in my ear.
What about the
added
addictomy you had?
Well, that was an added length to me.
Yeah. So, anyways, and people that know, and I'm like, whatever, I'll go. But I'm like, I got to get this test. I got to get this procedure done. So it's another endoscopy where they shove the hose down your throat, and then turning 50, the big 50, then they want to go the other end. So this is going to be really exciting this week. This is an exciting week coming up for me, Chris.
They use the same device. They go up the hoo-ha
same
first.
device.
And then,
I have a great story that I tell around the campfire with two beautiful blonde nurses that I had them hysterically laughing so much that they had to basically shut down the surgical center there because everybody was laughing so hard. But
oh boy,
yeah.
And then you woke up.
No. It was 100% legit. I asked for an 8x10 glossy of my esophagus, and they were busting up, and that it just spooled out of control from there. But anyways, so here we are. Some good stuff, man. The podcast has been rolling along. These last two episodes with Nick Bailey have been great. Been getting a lot of great feedback of info on high, and Nick just keeps dishing it out. And
we'll definitely have him back.
I want to circle back with him. We had a little audio issue, cutting out like 5-6 times the last podcast, and those of you that have been following us for the years know that we try to strive for best audio possible and have invested heavily into that. And unfortunately, there's certain things that are out of our control, and we just try to make it work. And Chris did a hell of a job editing the last episode, but there was some issues there. But so it just reinforces getting together in person with Nick. Because we just barely scraped the surface on some recovery stuff, and I want to get deeper into that.
Well, we never really got into the recoveries. I mean, other than
the kinetic
Glacier
strap,
Girl, but we didn't. We haven't really talked about his other recoveries that he's done.
Oh, there's so many more, but
that's what I'm
the
saying.
techniques are huge, and the kinetic strap he went over well, and I thought that was awesome, and we got a lot of great feedback from that. So I want to continue on that whole journey. So stay tuned. There's going to be more. But wait, there's more.
I get a Ginsu knife. We're going to get some Ginsu knives in for that.
So this episode, we're going to concentrate on getting caught up with housekeeping stuff, podcast stuff. I've got a rant that you don't even know about, Chris. And we're going to talk about MAO off-road.
I have to dust off the special effect or the sound effects.
In Che, Oklahoma. So let's get into the housekeeping stuff and get this taken care of. We got some reviews. We got some new patrons. We do have a voicemail, but unfortunately, since we are remote, it's freaking great. It's from Chris Farley.
Oh, boy.
And those of you that follow the podcast know that Chris Farley has called in the past, and this is a great one. But unfortunately, being remote, our audio quality, we tried it. It wasn't as good as being live plugged into the Rodecaster Pro. And so Chris, being the aficionado of sound, said no. He turned up his hearing aids and said, this ain't going to work over remote. So we got to do this. Our next podcast.
You can be the carrier of the Rodecaster from now on.
If Chris can stay away from COVID long enough that we could record in person again, that'd be great.
Well, let's be clear. I am not symptomatic. I am just being, my one of my coworkers.
No, you notified me, and I'm the one that pulled the ripcord on that deal.
Right.
So I'll take full responsibility of that, because normally, if I wasn't having a COVID test, I'd give two shits. Honestly, I've been everywhere. I've functioned throughout society in these last 2 years like nothing's been going on, because I'm living my life. It's not a great life, but I'm living it. But anyways, I got brought up into the schedule quick to have this procedure done. So I'm like, I don't want to take a chance. I got to get this done. So
finally, you mentioned not giving two shits, because you're going to be giving a lot when they give you that secret
Have you
juice.
had it done?
But my wife has, and
you haven't had it done, and you're 55, Chris.
54. It's coming up.
55.
The GI department at Kaiser keeps calling me, and they're like stalking me like the bicycle, the newspaper boy from that movie, $2.
We're $2. $2. Where's my
Better
$2?
off dead. It's like I open the door. It's like, hey, we're with Kaiser. We're here to schedule your colonoscopy. I'm like, holy shit! And we need $2.
And to update your car insurance.
Right. Exactly. Or my warranty.
So you haven't had it done.
No, I've been dodging it, man.
Have you had an endoscopy before?
I've had arthroscopic surgery. Is that the same thing?
No, that's totally different. Totally different.
Oh, okay. So no endoscopy.
Endoscopy or colonoscopy? You've never had either one.
I've avoided having strange items shoved into either orifice on my body. So
well, most people are knocked out. It's yeah, you don't feel a thing, but
so can I just drink bourbon and knock myself out, or
pretty much?
Mine's coming up. I may actually be having mine about a week before Meadow Lake, which potentially could suck. But
well, that's not good.
You could. I think you recover quick. I mean, it's not like they drive a bus through your freaking rectum, right?
Rectum damn near killed him. Boy, this has gone off the rails here.
We just lost a shit ton of listeners.
Here we go. You got Tyler going, what the fuck, man? Is this what I have to look forward to?
Well, this is like the Trail Chasers. This is left turn, Clyde. I mean, shit. So
no, I'm getting this done because I am self-insured, and I hit my deductible this year, and I need to have this done this year. And
perfect.
And I have always. As unpleasant as everything is going to the doctor and doctor procedures and stuff, it's just you got to do it if you want to stay healthy, because if you don't have health, you don't have anything. So
Nope, can't do all the stuff you want to do.
I'll
that's
drink
for sure.
to that.
Cheers, motherfucker. All right, so let's get back on track here. So,
You derailed it, just for the record.
I know. Well, I just was,
So let's go into reviews.
Reviews. So we have one new review. I will pull up iTunes so I can read this sucker. Yeah, and let's talk about reviews real quick. So if you like the show and you want to have your name mentioned or your screen name mentioned, feel free to pop into iTunes or use your iPhone to log in and write a 5-star review.
You don't even have to get on the Apple.
Just get on Apple and write a 5-star review. Just for a second,
even if you hate Apple, just like Toyotas, even if you hate them, you just got to watch them once in a while. You can just hop in, make a review on iTunes.
Write a review. We love to hear from you, and we'll definitely mention you on the show. And we try to do it every week. We try to keep current with them as we record. So this newest 5-star review is titled "Great Podcast." It comes from Ranger 97 XLT. And,
nice. It's a Ford fan. There we go.
Might be, yeah. Previous generation
Might
Ranger.
be. Ranger XLT. What was the giveaway? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, love all the topics, banter, and connections to the Snail Trail crew. Huh.
Really?
Yeah, that's what he said. I came over here based on hearing about you and the Snail Trail podcast. Since I own a ZJ and an XJ, so that's a Grand Cherokee and a Cherokee.
There we go.
I had to give you a listen. You are more Jeep friendly. Keep up the great work. So very cool. Thank you, Ranger.
And a better podcast.
XL.
You didn't read the last line. And a better podcast than Snail Trail. That's what I see here on my screen. That's what I'm seeing right here, Chris.
Is that what? Okay, well, that popped up on mine.
Well, thank you for that review. That's awesome. Another 5-star review. I will send you a sticker if you let me know who you are and an address. DM me on Wheeling Wine and Whiskey IG.
Yep.
So
right on.
It's not a bribe. We just compliment and we take care of the people that take care of us. So that's how this works.
That's exactly right.
Leave a 5-star review. We send you a sticker.
That's right.
A little note saying thank you for listening.
Thank you for being
your
our
support,
friends.
Bartles and James.
Bartles and James, yes, sir. Okay, and moving on, we're gonna circle back. We haven't mentioned we switched over, are in the process of switching over from Patreon to irate 4x4, and we're calling our new paid supporters on irate 4x4 the Barrel Society. And if you haven't signed up, or if you want to, please feel free to pop over to irate 4x4 and create an account. The irate 4x4 account is free. If you want to become a Barrel Society member, it's the same tiers as we had over on Patreon. You can no longer sign up on Patreon, but we are accepting new supporters, and we appreciate every single one of you over on the irate website, irate4x4.com. And if you look on I believe it's the right side of the screen, you'll see where you can click on, or actually once you create your username, you can click on that pull down menu and you'll see choices to do upgrades to the account. You can find us in there, or you can go to our forum, which is down the screen, or scroll down till you see Wheeling Wine Whiskey, and it pops up on the right side. It'll be the choices for signing up to support the show.
Just go right past Snail Trail and go right to Wheeling Wine and Whiskey. Click on that, and boom, as soon as you click on, all our podcasts come up, episodes, and you can comment on each individual episode, which is cool. And then on the right side of the screen is to sign up if you care to sign up for any of the Barrel Society stuff. So
$5, $10, $20 tiers.
$20 tiers. Austin has done a great job. It has been I don't regret switching over to this at all. This platform,
not
it's
at all.
helping out our fellow four-wheelers. It's going back to our
roots.
Our roots, what we believe in and everything. So it's not going to corporate America. So that's why we are here at irate 4x4 now. It's a win-win for everybody, and we're just making that transition, and it's been great. Snail Trail's done it too. Same thing. It's been very, very good. So, anyways, if you want to, we totally appreciate it. We appreciate every single listener out there. We are not begging for your dollar. Yes, we are.
Nope.
We need your money. We need your money to pay Lorenzo's food and vet bills.
And my
but
credit
anyways,
card bill from freaking his South American journey.
at least he is geofinched now, where he cannot leave the United States anymore and spend all your money, Chris, and lose our private jet in Mexico.
I don't know. I saw you had him manacled to the furniture in the house. But
Exactly. Yeah. No, he's been very good lately, and he's been well groomed. He's taken care of himself. He's lost some weight. He's drinking way less, so it's been good. It's a good summer for Lorenzo right now. Is he
doing drugs now or what?
He's appreciative. No, not at all. Not at all. No. So,
all right.
So there you go.
Yeah.
So go to Irate 4x4. Just sign up. You don't even have to throw any money at it, and just sign up and get involved with that operation.
Tons and tons of technical information, and just great group, great forums, great conversations, a lot of great information in there.
Yeah.
So join, and it's all free unless you want to be, so you can support Irate, you can support us, you can support other causes, but definitely check it out.
So what other business do we have?
So we have an anniversary coming up next week, and this is he's been with us for it's coming up on a year. So we've got Alan Sharon.
An anniversary.
Alan Sharon, Dusty Drone has been with us.
Oh, really? Dusty Drone's a year.
Dusty Drone's been a year, and then yep. So, and then what else? We got a whole bunch coming up in August.
Alan's great.
We'll circle back on them. Alan is great.
He's been pumping out some great content on IG. So if you don't follow him, look up Dusty Drone on IG. He's got a badass green. I guess I can call it a bug, but it's a badass freaking. Just check it out. Just go to his IG account, Dusty Drone, and check it out. You will not be disappointed.
Nope, no, you shall not. And it looks like I'm surfing through the next level of patrons. We have, here we go. So in 20, let's see here. We got, we have a couple more. Timothy Hunziker.
Tim's coming up on a year?
2 years.
Oh, 2 years.
And then we've got, so Alan's 1 year. And then we've got, that's it. That's all we got right now. So we've got,
that's awesome.
We'll talk about
Tim.
October.
2 years.
That's right. Awesome.
And we've been doing this for over 3.
That's right.
Wow, where's the time go?
It just keeps on marching on, man. Marching on. So, okay. So that's the anniversaries, and we're a little broken up on that because I have to scan between the Patreon people and the Irate
I thought you
people.
had this elaborate spreadsheet that Lorenzo went over there and helped you set up.
It's set up.
Has it got hoof prints all over it and mud and stuff, or what?
No, he clopped around, but it's a little bit cumbersome because it's not automated, but I'm working on it. So beyond that, that's kind of all the business we have right now.
We've got a few people that have hit their 3-month anniversary to get Flask, correct?
To get flasks, and I'll have to.
And you have messaged them to see what they want on their personalized flask for the Old Elk Club.
That's correct.
And have got crickets.
Well, yep, I haven't heard back.
Insert cricket sound right now.
I'm not ready to do that.
What?
We don't have the cricket sound. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, you do. That sounds like crickets to me.
So the people we need to hear back from right now, or as soon as possible, is Dave Taylor.
Dave Taylor?
Yeah, Dave Taylor.
I got to text him. He's been messaging me. Okay, Dave.
And then we have Cool Meadows Motorsports, which is Samuel out of New Jersey.
Oh, yeah, the Jersey boys there.
And then we have Lenny. Lenny, we need to hear back from you regarding...
LePage?
Lenny LePage.
The green Ford Ranger?
Yep.
Lenny. He's been vacationing. That's what his deal is. Okay. We got to get in
He was
contact with
on
you
the
guys. So
con recently.
get back to us with what you want on your flask.
Either DM Jason or email me or Chris at wheelingwinewhiskey.com, or you can respond on the Patreon site where the original messages went out, and we'd be happy to. We'll get those things squared away and get the order sent off to Lee Lim.
Lee Lim is anxious to get the engraving machine going on these flasks. So let's go, people.
Function, that's right.
So how do you get one of these flasks, Chris?
Well, you need to be the Old Elk member of at this point I rate 4x4 on our Barrel Society, and you need to be a member, which is a $20 per month level, and you need to be a member for 3 months, and then after 3 months we will be happy to provide you with this awesome flask.
Yes. So after 3 months, you get a little gas can flask. It personally engraved, and it says Old Elk in the center of it.
Absolutely.
And that is our gift to you for giving. We're giving back. We give till it hurts here on
for supporting the show,
Wheeling Wine and Whiskey podcast. And with that said, I have alluded to on the last couple of podcasts that we have a contest coming up.
That's right. We certainly do.
I have confirmed with our giver, our donator, and so we need to make that happen. The next podcast, 166, we are going to announce this contest and make it live.
Man,
so
can I win it?
Get ready. It's a very cool accessory that you need. Everybody needs that goes off-roading. Everybody. I don't care if you're an overlander or a hardcore rock crawler, 43 LS buggy, 2 buggy.
Buggy
Doesn't
landing?
matter. You still need it.
Buggy landers need it?
Buggy lantern, you need it. You got a rooftop tent, you need it. You got a Wrangler, you need it.
Sweet.
It's just everybody that goes off-road, off the pavement, will need this. And very cool. So, anyways, that's coming up. A little teaser, little Easter egg for
all employees of Wheeling Wine and Whiskey are ineligible.
Right.
That's the fine print.
The fine print is Lorenzo is not ineligible.
Well, Lorenzo's the only employee, so yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, so look forward to the announcement of that, and we'll talk about that next episode, which will be, well, I'm not going to.
I got a rant. Right. Can I get a rant going?
Oh boy, yeah, we can do that.
Can we get a rant going?
Yeah, why not? Is it clean? Because this is a clean family type show.
It's totally clean.
Right.
Totally clean. You ready?
All right. Yeah, I'm ready. Let's make it happen.
You can walk the walk or talk the talk. Jason, what do we got?
All right, here's my rant. Since we've been, and the Bay Area, driving in the Bay Area, once again, here we are. We've talked about several issues of driving in the Bay Area and people driving slow in the fast lane.
Life in the fast lane.
Yeah. So this has happened to me not once, not twice, but 3 times last week. You have a 2-lane road, come up to a stop sign, and I want to make a right at the stoplight, I should say. 1 lane in each direction, or 2 lanes?
Yeah,
you got 2 lanes, right? 2 freaking lanes going the direction. Stoplight.
Okay.
Okay? There's a car in what I'm going to call the fast lane, the left lane. There's a car behind the person that is, car number 2, we're going to say, that is in the fast lane. There's nobody in the right lane approaching the stoplight like 300 yards, 250 yards before the stoplight. Nobody in the right lane. I want to make a right turn. Okay?
Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah, I'm
the car number 2 that we discussed earlier says, well, fuck that. I'm not going to be behind this car. I need to get to the right of this car, and I need to be in the right lane.
Because when the light turns green, they want to be in front.
Yes. So they move over at the last minute, and they move over too far. Okay? So I can't get my Ford F-350 to make a right fucking turn. So I got to sit there and wait for the light to turn green to get this asshole out of my way so I can make a right turn. What kind of fucking high level bullshit is that? So you could have just stayed right there in the fast lane that I'm calling the fast lane, right? Behind that car and taken off when the light turned green and left the lane clear. Okay, now if you want to be an asshole and you got to get ahead of that car because you're in a hurry for your nail appointment or whatever the hell to go get your rooftop tent, your traction boards, maybe Crocs. I don't know what it is.
Wow.
Got to get your oil changed in your Toyota because you can't do it yourself. I don't know what it is, but you get over into the right lane. The slow.
Sure.
If you're going to get over and you're going to be that asshole, at least get just over and near the line so that there is usually enough room for somebody to be in that lane and somebody to make a right-hand turn. But no, you cock block that whole freaking right lane and you can't make that right-hand turn. That pisses me off to no end. That is my freaking rant.
There are people that do that on purpose. I'm absolutely convinced. I mean, that happens daily.
Yeah. And, I'm just like, are you freaking kidding me right now? So you're sitting at this light for, I don't know, realistically, minute and a half, 2 minutes. That's 2 minutes of my life that I don't get back. So fuck you very much. There you go. End of rant.
End of rant. Yeah, that's very annoying when that happens. I mean, and we do some of our full-size trucks are definitely large and, people need to. It falls into that situational awareness. It's like, people do want to make that right turn. So I hear you. That's definitely happens all the time, everywhere, and it's happened to me. And one of my big things is what I call left lane-itis. It's like I drive down Ignacio Valley Road every day when I leave work in the afternoon, and the number of cars. It's a 3-lane road that connects two towns and runs me over to 680. And man, there are just people that are in the left lane just because that's the lane they want, that everybody wants to be in or needs to be in, and they may not be making any left turn for 5 freaking miles or whatever.
No,
but they're going to hang out in that left lane. They're going to go 25, 30 miles an hour, even though the speed was 45. So yeah, no, I mean we could go on and on and on about this. No,
luckily they weren't Priuses that 3 times that happened. I would have pushed them right into the intersection. I was so pissed. I'm like, seriously, come on, people.
No doubt.
Situational awareness once again.
Yep, situational awareness. I hear you. You know what I saw driving into work? Was it this morning or was it yesterday morning? Whatever. There was a couple of looked like they were Acuras or some sort of Infinity or whatever they were. They were on the freeway doing 65 in the left lane, the fast lane, but both cars had those multicolored underneath lights. Like, we use rock lights.
Mm-hmm.
These were just, and they were changing color with probably their stereo systems. And they're on the freeway doing this at 4 a.m. I'm like,
4 a.m. Oh, you were going to work and they were coming home from the club.
I don't know.
Pants and boots and pants and boots.
How lame is that? I'm just like, whatever, grow up.
There you go.
But, I don't know.
Hey, whatever chips your trigger.
Right. So what? Go ahead.
I was going to say, let's talk about the race at Mid-America Outdoors that just took place in Oklahoma.
Yeah, that was super cool.
It was apparently super hot there, but what an incredible place.
Yeah, the place looks badass.
It is badass. It doesn't look badass. It just is badass. Unfortunately, the dust was the only negative I could hear from across the board.
Right.
Over the weekend. And they had some incredible, they had the normal water trucks, and then they had like this military freaking crowd control freaking, I don't even know what it was called, but it was humongous water truck that has the gun in the front that you can pivot
turret?
Back and forth. Yeah. And I don't know. I mean, it was a big boxy, freaking truck. And as somebody knows that's listening to the podcast right now, and it freaking just a jet of water came out of the front of this thing that they could direct on the track. And I'm like, okay, that's super cool. But so just, it's, we had Justin Hall there. So he drove 33 hours to get there from
that's a long drive.
Our neighborhood to Jay, Oklahoma. So that's a commitment right there. And Justin took second place in his class. Congratulations,
awesome.
Justin, on that.
Yeah.
You had the Campbells out there. Unfortunately, Waylon wasn't there, but Bailey and Shannon was there.
Bailey.
Lauren Von Gitten were there. Levi Shirley was there. Eric Miller. I mean, you had a lot of the top dogs there, and the Bleilers were there.
Yep.
So, I mean, they had a shit ton of cars racing throughout the day.
Well, they had side by sides. They had
golf
the 170s
races.
They had all the classes, and then they had the monster trucks. I mean, they had drag racing. They had a freaking bull riding and bullfighting.
So there was bullfighting. There was the bull riding. There in mutton busting. The kids were doing the riding the sheep. I mean, they had something lined up from sunup to way past sundown.
Yeah, concerts.
The Gomez's were out there and partying. At Coconuts and Two Coconuts. I guess there was 2 bars there. There's the Coconuts and Two Coconuts, from what I could gather. And of course, they were partying until wee hours of the morning. But so let me just read off some of the stuff that they had going on here. They did. They had the bull riding going on. They got the pool with the endless river.
Yeah.
They got bars and a steakhouse and restaurants there.
Yeah.
They had concerts every night.
Right.
And RC track and a full-blown RC, race.
Yeah, with
all
heats
these different
and qualifying.
The pit bike race. They had a whole track dedicated to pit bike racing.
Oh, that's cool.
They had a Barbie Jeep downhill that they specifically built. That was awesome to see. Watching
slip and slide.
So they had, it was a grass hill with this jump at the bottom and then the pond, and they lined that with plastic, and then they're out there hosing down all the contestants with these fire hoses basically. They had all these food trucks out there. Harley Davidson Wall of Death. So there was a group out there that set up
the circular thing,
the circular deal, and it's this vertical wall that they're riding on, and you look at these videos, and they're no handing it and sitting back in the seat and side saddle, and it's like, holy crap! And just to of course, any professional makes it look easy, and Terry Madden gets in there on a pit bike. He stole a pit bike or borrowed, in quotation marks, borrowed a pit bike.
Borrowed, all right.
Yeah, on Saturday night, and went into this deal and against his better decision-making skills. And he tried it. Now, here's a guy that's an accomplished racer, motorcycle rider, everything, right?
Oh, he's
but
pro.
You get into this wall of death, and there's like this 45-degree ramp at the bottom that you kind of get your momentum up on, and then you get up onto the vertical wall, and he couldn't get up onto the vertical wall. He tried and tried. So it just goes to show you how hard that is.
Couldn't get it up.
There was several dirt bike shows. These guys just full sending it, doing all these dirt bike trips. And they did it again last night at the end. They had parachute, jumpers come in and
skydivers,
and they had the flag. And that was one thing that Terry said, Madden yesterday is he was very upset the first time he saw a skydiver come in with a flag attached. And it touches the ground, right? Because the American flag should never touch the ground.
Correct.
USA. But it is a banner. It's signified as designated as a banner at that point for the jump.
Sure.
Still treated with respect, but it does touch the ground.
Well,
they got full camping. They got open dry camping. They got full hookups. They got these cabins.
Right.
That you can stay in, and their bathroom facilities are right next to them. But you got these nice cabins,
clubhouse and
with
whatever,
AC. Yeah, the clubhouse. They had the rock bouncer show. They got power wash stations to wash all your shit off before you put it on the trailer and head home. I mean, this place it's an off-road park. But they really showcased it this week with the race, and since the Robinettes took over, Jason and Gayla took over, the Ultra 4, everything but King of the Hammers, basically, all the racing, and people were just said it was dusty and hot, but there was so much to do and people hanging out in the pool. They had a jumbotron at the pool. You could hang out in the pool and watch everything.
Yeah.
And fireworks show Saturday night to cap it off. They had the switchback racing. I mean, it was just, it looked like so much fun.
Everything that never happens in California because of regulations.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, man, I watched the 4400 race. I watched the replay of it on YouTube after the fact, and when they kicked off that race and the first cars left the line, I was just like, holy dust, Batman! There's a shit ton of dust out there. I was amazed that there weren't any trees being collided with.
Well, there were, and I think Miller collided with a tree, and he is like a full blown tree racer too. And there was some carnage there because of the dust, and there was some people not moving over. Like you listen to the wrap up there. So Paul Wolf took first. Yep, and then you had Lauren. I'm sorry, was it Von Gittin second? Let me get my numbers straight here because I don't want to mess this up.
Lauren Healy was second.
Lauren Healy was second, and Vaughn was third, right?
And then fourth.
Blyler, and then
Josh
fifth,
Blyler.
rounding out fifth spot,
Paul Horschel.
That's right. Herschel was on a mission as always. That car is just so badass. He ended up rolling in that switchback race with Healy.
That was crazy.
Just laying it all out on the line. I mean, there's nothing left at that point. You just got to get it on the trailer. So, but they were saying that they were starting to lap traffic and they weren't moving over, and the dust was so bad, and that affected their timing a little bit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Which sucks. But there was a course change at the beginning of the race, and they're sitting there in their cars idling. It's hot, and Lauren, during his interview, said that he was, the tranny temp and engine temps were pushing 300 degrees.
Whoa.
300 degrees is freaking meltdown, man. That's
at
insane.
the line?
Before even starting a race.
Well, they're not. Wow, or the fans had to be on, right?
So but it's just sitting there, and all that raw horsepower that's just oozing out of that rig.
Yeah.
They're not made to sit there and idle, man. They're made to freaking run. And he went into not full limp mode, but he was having problems with his computer and made it happen. But those engines are not cheap, right? I don't know. I mean, minimum $30,000 engine, maybe more of a $50,000 engine.
Right.
That's a lot of chinga right there that's overheating on you. So they pushed it. They made it happen, but JT had some changes that he wanted to get done to make the race cleaner, whatever, and make sure everybody understood where the change was so that they didn't get off course. Right. So that was a little bit of content there at the beginning of the race, but
I was wondering what was going on when they were all sitting at the line for like 20 extra
and
minutes.
5 miles a lap,
right?
And
so a 35-mile race, 7 laps.
6, 6. I thought they did 6 laps. Well, 7 laps. You're right.
7 laps.
Yep, you're right.
35 mile total.
So very cool. Another thing I got to say, another observation. So Friday when I was watching the live feed, there was a ton of action Friday and Saturday, right, to watch. And they had, of course, you got Miles and Pam in there that do a great job of announcing.
Oh, yeah.
But then they had Dustin Battle Axe Jones, and then this other guy, this pretty boy that I don't know what his name was, that's from that area. But holy smokes, they were freaking hilarious on Friday. I was dying laughing listening to the live feed. They were, they panned to the pool, and then they started, picking on people at the pool and having fun, and it just all in good humor.
Sure.
It was highly entertaining. So shout out to them. And Miles and Pam just went, 110% all weekend in that heat. And
no, they're true professionals for sure.
Well, and it's cool to see them progress, right? Their relationship, they're just like we have in the podcast of the banter back and forth and stuff, and it's really, really cool. And Miles does his homework to the nth degree, and it was
and
great.
Remember that also, I mean, we mentioned that after our opportunity to be in the booth with Miles during the Prairie City race, or right after the Prairie City race, and the like you mentioned, the banter and tracking all that, and being with your booth guests and whatnot, but also tracking what's happening on the track and with what's being talked, what the producer is saying in your ears, and it's like.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on, and he and Pam do it with no skips. It's awesome.
Well, and the other handicap of this event was the dust, and they're trying to read card numbers or even just see colors on the card and know,
right.
And
well, that's
Miles
what
has
I
been
was
around
saying.
long enough that he can see the color scheme or the livery on the car.
The livery, yeah,
Livery, right? Is what I was pronounced.
Livery, whatever. But either way.
Is
tomato,
it livery?
Tomato.
What is it?
Livery.
We've gone through this before. Is it livery?
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Come on, man.
The livery of the car.
It's all good. You can say it your way. Livery, just whatever. It's
Potato.
But tomato. But I was saying during the race that. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You got your margarita. Go. Jimmy Buffett.
We got my pinky out.
Yeah, you do. You should.
I was watching the race, and what you were saying, the dust in the cars where you couldn't tell the color of the car, and I'm like, I think that's Paul Horschel's car.
Exactly. And I'm watching on the big screen. I had it flowing on the big screen there, and it was difficult to see, but man, so cool. What a great event, and I'm highly encouraged by this new change of MAO taking over and running the events and getting, it's great. And the racers are enjoying it, and they enjoy getting their trophy in check right there on the spot.
Oh yeah,
and it's bringing more professionalism to the sport.
Absolutely,
and moving it forward, and it's strong as ever, and it's got great momentum, and I love to see that. And frankly, I'm Dave has leaked a few things here and there, Dave Cole, about King of the Hammers coming up in February, but with them having a year to work on this event and just sole concentrate on King of the Hammers, I can't wait to see what they're going to unveil too. So
it's going to be insane.
I hope this is a win-win all the way around. It's yet to be seen, but so far so good.
Absolutely. Well, let's mention the other classes of cars too. Races. We talked about the 4400. Let's talk about the 4800 Legends class and give the top 5 places in that. So 5th place was Tony Howard. I don't know. I've never heard of Tony Howard before. And then we got 4th place was Jeremy Jones. 3rd place, Brent Harrell. 2nd place, Stephen Rose Jr. And 1st place was Ryan Taylor.
That's the 4800.
That's the 4800 Legends class cars. And they only did 5 laps, but still very exciting racing. And congratulations to the top 5 winners.
Okay, I want to make sure that you're reading the right list, because I don't want D Mill with the welder and Ultrafort Jones to chastise us for not having the proper results here.
I pulled up. Let's see here. Legends, 4800 Legends. Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
And then I'll go to the 4500 modified class. The top five placers, winners, or people that place in the top 5. We do know somebody there. So, and this is the top 5 just for the 4500. There's a combined list for because they race together.
Overall,
4500, 48. Yeah, overall. So 5th place in the 4500 class was Sean Rance.
Yep.
Troy Digby came in 4th. And then on the podium in 3rd place was Dwayne Garrettson. And then our good friend Justin Hall came in 2nd. kicked ass. That's super awesome. Congratulations, Justin. And then first place was Richard Lavezzo. And he qualified 20th and finished first, which is super cool.
Nice.
In his class. So yeah, awesome. Very cool. Congratulations to all those people that made the trip to
Yeah, I mean, that's a commitment, man.
Oklahoma.
And poor Justin driving a Dodge 33 hours. Can you imagine that? Driving a Dodge 33 hours out to Jay, Oklahoma, and then 33 hours back to California?
Yeah. Well,
man,
we
my
made it
hat's off
forward,
to you,
but,
Justin. I don't know how you do it, but congratulations on your second place.
Best truck for the job.
Well, not as comfortable, if you like riding in a Fred Flintstone rig, but that's cool.
Right.
Whatever suits your... Trips your trigger, that loud freaking Cummins going, transmission falling out 3-4 times that you got to bolt back in on the way there and back. I don't know.
Right. Wow, man. You need to stop listening to all these stereotypes, man. There's just not.
It's not a stereotype.
It's not the way it is anymore, dude. Just as reliable as anybody else. So. All right. So, anything else on the Visions Off-Road race of Jay, Oklahoma?
Well, Paul Wolf, you got to just, a force to be reckoned with that's coming up here.
Ooh, dude,
he's like the Tiger Woods of Ultra 4 right now.
He is king this year.
Dominating everything, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
You got that badass UFO 4400 car. Took first place in that. Of course, he comes from the Can-Am, side-by-side golf cart world and dominating that.
No, he's legit.
He took first place in the, switchback race as well with the side-by-side. I mean, he had a load of trophies to bring home, which is awesome. And
we need to get his story at KOH this year.
Yeah, if not before, but super cool. Love it. And, he's making it happen and undeniably just force to be reckoned with, apparently.
Well, and he's very
awesome
likely
to see him at KOH this coming year.
He'll be qualifying in the top levels at KOH this coming year, KOH 2023.
God, that sounds so weird.
And people are predicting that he's going to be the king. I don't want to curse him or
well, I mean, if he did, let's just hypothetically say he goes out 2023 becomes king.
Yeah,
that would just prove that he is the all-around badass, greatest wheelman. On the sport right now. I mean, that's, you got, okay, you do it once, you might be lucky you do it twice, okay, and then third time it's like you got some skill, but he's proven himself that it's not luck, and he is definitely going to be, and hate to say it, but the car needs to hold together too, right? It's there's some great drivers that are in the lead at KOH that get put out for something, a belt.
Absolutely.
Wire, an alternator. I mean, how many times have we heard the Campbells with an alternator? I mean, geez, I'd have like 4 alternators on my car as a Campbell driver at the
right.
KOH, whatever it is. But it's those things. So it's all that has to come together.
Yeah, a little bit of luck, a little bit of skill, and what's the secret sauce? Make it happen.
Yeah. So interesting. It's going to be fun to watch and continue the story for sure.
Trying to figure out how old this dude is. I just pulled up his website. He's got a website, Paul Wolf. Anyway, it doesn't say his age. He doesn't look very old. He's probably in his late 20s, early 30s. But if any of our listeners know, I'd like to know.
I would say, yeah, he's definitely younger than us.
Everybody
has faster cars than us.
That's exactly it. Well, yeah. So, right on. But
so it was fun to watch. I was really, really hoping to be off grid this weekend and just kind of reset. But that was my saving grace, was being able to watch the live feed and get in touch with the Ultra 4 Racing there.
Well, it's kind of starting to ramp
Live
up.
vicariously.
Because we're going to have the Nationals in a couple of months. And, I mean, the racing season is still going on. So,
yeah, for sure.
Fun to watch, and look forward to the next race coming up soon. We can look at the Ultra 4, see what the schedule.
So I just got to say, IG, I've been cranking out the reels just, because I heard, you got to do reels. Okay, let's do some reels. It's been insane, the response to some of these videos, right? So as you search through and you're going through these reels on IG and you get this music or saying or whatever, right? This audio file that's playing in this particular reel. And I'm like, I got some video that would match that up. And you post up stuff and throw it on the wall and see if it sticks. And some of the stuff, it's like my Trail Hero one. I love that one with the boots and pants, the fucking club music going on, right? And then I got Jonah Hill. I figured out how to get Jonah Hill going, dancing from Wolf of Wall Street after it.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
And I'm like, I love this video and promoting Trail Hero. I mean, I can't wait. I cannot wait for Trail Hero, but it's got like 3,600 hits. Okay, so no big deal. But then Stupid Chainsaw, like Be a Man, has got like 11,600 hits. And then what's really blown me away is the Trump Ride It Like a Cowboy, this Ford Ranger sending it when Kevin Jones, Ford Jones and I were standing at the top of stair steps during the clinic, and a couple of these local kids came through just stock mobbing on high, and I'm like, I got to get the camera rolling for this, and Jones had his GoPro going, and I had my phone going, and I posted it, and I only got like a couple thousand hits, and I'm like, come on, man, this is a better video than. And it finally freaking took off, and now it's like at 44,000 hits, views. So, anyways, it's just interesting to me. It's fun watching these videos and then seeing what catches traction and what doesn't. So,
right.
A lot of the Sand Hollow stuff, just because it's epic. I mean, the other one I did of that's got 55,000 hits. It's like, oh my god! But I mean, it's just funny for our small account. We're small potatoes in this IG world, because you got these people that have 100,000 plus followers, million followers that are getting 6, 10. 2 million views like nothing. It's just interesting to me how it just hits, and it's like Chartable. It's a bunch of monkeys throwing freaking darts at the board. Right. I don't invest any freaking weight into any of this, but it is fun to see the interaction and some of the comments that we get. So anyways,
yep.
For what it's worth, there you go.
Yeah, well, make sure you people are following Wheeling Wine and Whiskey on the IG. That's definitely a great place to interact with Jason and myself, mostly Jason. But it's definitely a great medium in social media. So,
and the only other thing I got is Cody Wagner bought a hot rod.
Yeah, I saw that.
Badass hot rod, right?
Gangster car.
Huh?
Gangster car.
Yeah, it was. It's a cool ride, and I've known that car. I've seen it in person, and it is a badass car. And so I was like, "Holy crap, he's got it!" So it inspired me to get the 32 out that Dad built, and went out to a car show this morning, so that was super cool. We had Cars and Coffee in Morgan Hill, and there was over 450 cars there this morning.
Wow.
Just showing up in a parking lot, and it was fun just to get get driving that car and get out. And so anyway, so I tagged Cody, in the post. Hey, you inspired me to get the car out. So he responded and right on. So it's a fun deal. And I saw this FJ there, the green. It was restored by Chip Foose.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Very clean build. I'd seen it before on, TV, and then it was there, and I'm like, holy crap. So I took a photo of it and had to post it, because I'm not a Toyota fan, but I do love the old cruisers, and this thing was so cleanly built and well done. So I posted it. Of course, I tagged the Snail Trail Boys and Lee Lim and them just to, hey, yeah, I appreciate, I'm a gearhead. I love, huh?
You're a closet Toyota fan.
No, I'm not a closet Toyota fan. I just appreciate, cool vehicles, and whether they're, motorcycles, two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, whatever. But this was a 1970 FJ40 Land Cruiser that was restored by Foose, and
that was super
what they call the A-Team on overhauling, and it just was a clean, cool green FJ. And then buddy of mine, his buddy was there with this old Ford wheelies flat fender Jeep with the F-head, and holy smokes, man. I mean, this guy restored it to the nines, and had the radio communication in the back that would have made Tyler just like drool. The old school, way before ham radio, and turret on the top with a 50
Morse
calibrator. Huh?
Morse code.
50 cal.
Beep,
yeah,
beep, 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 beep,
pretty
beep.
much. 50 cal, rifle on top, and it just super cool, well done, and the stuff you see people that put their time and money into, and I can totally appreciate making this fully restored. So yeah, there's pictures on the IG. Check it out. Fun stuff, and it's got this bar on the front, and so I put it up on the RG. Why did I say RG? IG, this bar on the front, and that was to catch wires, ball wire and stuff that they put up to, because most people were running the Jeeps with the windshield down, and they'd get decapitated and stuff.
Yeah,
so
that would end your day pretty quick.
The wire, yeah, that would not be good.
Okay. All right. Well, we had a little bit of a technical glitch. It's unfortunate when you incorporate so much technology in a show, things sometimes get a little weird, and that was certainly weird. But we're back, and we're going to close up the show. So Jason was talking about his IG and his going down to the car show, and Cody Wagner and his hot rod, and Jason taking his hot rod out for a road trip down to Morgan Hill, and got to see a whole bunch of cool stuff. Military cars and restored Toyota FJs and I'm sure a whole bunch of other stuff.
There was Lambos. There was everything. McLarens. There was McLarens plural. There was probably 15 McLarens there.
All the rich guys brought their toys out to play.
In the Bay Area. It was stupid. Stupid money. So much fun. But anyways, let's wrap up this episode. It's getting late. I got stuff to do. You got stuff to do.
Yeah,
we've got some exciting stuff coming up here on the podcast. So how do they get a hold of us, Chris?
Well, they can email us, which is always great. You can do Chris or Jason at wheelingwineandwhiskey.com. Or you can also send it to Lorenzo, and he may or may not respond depending on how his hangover's going.
He doesn't have hangovers anymore. He doesn't drink like that.
Right.
He's fine.
Keep telling yourself that.
No, he is. He's good. He's doing good. He's right here. He just picked up his head. He's curled up in his little bed, and he just picked up his head and goes, "Really, Chris? That's the look he just gave me."
In his cage, which it's electrified.
There's no cage.
Electrified
it's
cage.
A little dog bed.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
You can also don't forget about our IG, which is at Wheeling Wine and Whiskey. You can check out our website, which is wheelingwinewhiskey.com, where you can find all of our links. There's discount codes. There's links to the Patreon, the Irate 4x4.
Irate. Come on, Chris.
Irate4x4.com. There's also links to our merch. Don't ever forget about our merch. This holiday season is going to be just around the corner, so you might want to jump on
get your holiday shopping done early. Nice.
Give a heads up to Dirtbag. And of course, our phone number, 408-800-5169. That's 408-800-5169.
That's right. 408-800-5169.
Jesus, I thought you dropped out again for a second.
Just making sure people were listening.
Holy shit, you froze
you hear
up.
It 3 times, you'll remember it. That's what they say.
Right.
Jeeps are great. Jeeps are great. Jeeps are great. Toyotas suck. Toyotas suck. Toyotas suck. That's right.
Wow. All right. And then just one final PSA. It's hot as a tinderbox out there, people up in the mountains, and dry as a popcorn fart. Make sure your fires are out.
Popcorn fart, yes.
Make sure your campfires are out. Check
if you are allowed to have a campfire.
If you are allowed to have a campfire. Make sure you
even are allowed. You may not even be allowed to have a campfire or charcoal burning stove, barbecue, or you may not be able to run your propane stove. You need to know where you're going and what that Forest Service is. Laws or regulations are at that point in time, because they are changing daily. So
and don't
be aware,
a person
be
that starts
smart,
a forest fire.
Don't be a dick. Don't put your fires out if you can. If you can't have
put your fire out. No matter what, if you have to pee on it, put the fire out.
Yeah. If you are allowed to have a fire, then be sure you put it out. Dead out, where you put your hand in the coals
right
before you go to bed. Because that wind kicks up in the Sierras at night. You're sleeping away, and that fire reignites and gets blown, and then off she goes, and there goes our wilderness. So
there goes our wilderness and our places to recreate. So that's just a quick PSA. And we
do
love
have
all
one
you.
more thing, Chris. One more thing. If you have not signed up for Sierra Trek,
that's
you need
right.
to get signed up August 11th through the 14th. You can go to cal4wheel.org, click on the Sierra Trek link, and you can register. And you've got till when before the food cuts off.
July 31st.
July 31st. July 31st is your cutoff if you want the full meal ticket. You can go up and register on site, but you will not get food. You can go on runs, but you will not get all the cool meals that come with it.
That's right.
And they are good meals, and you're out in the middle of nowhere. So it's very well done. We've talked about the event numerous times, and hope you can join us.
Absolutely, we'll be there.
August 11th through the 14th at Meadow Lake, California.
Absolutely. All right.
Otherwise known as Shangri-La.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
All right.
So
with that,
just real quick, the cal4wheel.org. That's cal with a number 4wheel.org. And
you'll have it in the show notes.
I will have it in the show notes. It is in the show notes. So
okay.
All right. What else? Anything?
With that,
we're out.